Hello and welcome to Grandma for Grown-Ups. My name is Grandma Barbara and I am here to help adults or people aspiring to be adults to have someone to listen to. So Grandma Barbara is here to listen to whatever questions you may have, input you may have. If you want some information that you can't get from your own grandma, if you don't have your own grandma, maybe you just want to sit and relax for a little bit. Well, that's okay with me too. So I was challenged to do this video by a man with very interesting hair. Type 1 if you think it's interesting hair. Type 2 if you think it's kind of cool hair. And type 3 if you have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay too. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know I will be here most days for you. I think the challenge was every single day, but that's not going to work for me. I am a grandma with many responsibilities. I have little tweedlebugs at home I take care of. I have medium-sized tweedlebugs. I have a sister who is sick, who I'm responsible for. I have a husband who is currently sick, and my mama is sick as well. So I will be here as much as I can be, but never on a Sunday. Sunday is for the Son, for the Father, and for family. And that's what I will be doing. I will be worshiping the Son and the Father and spending time with my family on that day. Other days I should be here, but some days are going to be just quite challenging. Tomorrow, my husband has surgery. I take my granddaughter to Children's Hospital, and she's got a procedure tomorrow. My sister had surgery last week, and I have to go post-op to her in a couple days. It's just one of those months. Ever have one of those months? Oh my gosh, so many of us do. And you think, oh my gosh, is it one of those days? One of those weeks? What are those months? Mine's been actually since August. That's okay. I am completely blessed. The Lord has given me the opportunity to help the people that I love. He's giving me the health so that I can do the same. And I have no regrets. And I am very blessed to be able to do the things I'm doing for my family right now. Okay. Today's video is on something that I learned and a new insight that came across me just recently. I've been working at a food bank every now and then just to give myself a little break. I take food there. The person who runs it is a friend of mine. And for the last few years, I've been going there now and then, usually having 15 to 20 families. And I went there last week and wow, 45 families. And this is just a little, it's actually called a food pantry because it's smaller than a food bank. And we hope to give the people enough food for one solid meal and then a lot of food for to make them get through the week at least. Anyway, I was sitting there and we had some fresh apples. I picked some tomatoes from our neighbors. My neighbor has a great big garden. And right before the frost, we picked a whole bunch of tomatoes because we didn't want any food go to waste. So I took those over to the food bank and we had those laid out on a special table, and I looked over and I saw my neighbor in the food bank in line. Now I didn't say anything, I was there, but she came up to me. Barbara, she doesn't call me Grandma Barbara, but Barbara, how are you? And we just struck up a little conversation, and she was as comfortable as can be, even though she was in line. I was maybe expecting a little bit of humiliation, or maybe a little bit of shyness at being there and seeing me there too, but she was not. And she was actually there with her son, whom I, of course, know. And she came over with such dignity and grace. I would never have thought that I would see her there. And she said, yeah, we've been having problems. My husband's business is not working out real well. And we're praying dutifully and hopefully within the next couple months it comes around, but the family needs help. And she had so much humility and grace. She wasn't shy about telling me. She wasn't ashamed. She just was there in the moment, accepting of what she was doing and accepting of the graces others were bestowing on her at the food bank. It really helped me to see how much grace and dignity she did have, and how much, if you put aside any humiliation brought on by false pride, worried about what other people are thinking, she didn't care. She wasn't worried about what I was thinking. She was just being a wonderful neighbor and coming up and saying hi to me. It really made me think, these times, yes, I've been at the food bank, and yes, we help at the church, but to see my own neighbor there, it brought it to reality for me. I'm always the one who, does a little thing here and there for charity, and I know she would be there for me to do the same thing. It's just something you have to think about. Your neighbor, maybe say, hey, we've got extra apples from the apple tree. You'll never know who needs the extra help. But if they are there and you find out about it, it's because God put the two of you together. I was able to help after she got our stuff from the food bank. I said, I have a little garden. I gave her a spaghetti squash. Nothing. Really? What? A spaghetti squash and some tomatoes. She sent me the next day a picture. She said, we had our Friday meal made with the spaghetti sauce and the tomatoes. And she showed me a picture of it, and their whole family feasted on it. They really are in need. And you really don't know who they are. So keep your eyes open. Maybe go through your pantry. We're lucky that our little pantry will take food that's slightly expired, and they will give out everything that they can. We try to get fresh meat every now and then. But go through your pantry right now. Maybe it's time to clear out the things that are getting ready to be expired and take them and give them to your food bank or a pantry. Or maybe just go on your app, your neighborhood app, and say, hey, I've got some extra food. If anyone wants any, I don't want it to go to waste. And maybe the person who says, yeah, we'll take it, whether you know it or not, maybe they are in need, and you're an answer to prayer. Little things can be answered to prayer. A smile is an answer to the prayer many times. Okay, so that really, what touched me the most was her respectfulness and dignity and grace and humility and acceptance of God's will, that she and her family suffer through this hard time right now, and she was very accepting of that. And I also learned that her husband I have the greatest respect for him. He graciously accepted the help as well. And instead of being so prideful that, no, I don't need it, we don't need it, he was strong enough to accept what his family needed without letting pride get in the way. Wow. I have so much respect for them. And yes, I'll be helping them until they get through it, because I know they've helped many people in their lives, and they will continue to do so. If you're in the same boat, whether the giver or the receiver. Do it and thank God either way. God bless you. Bye-bye.